I'm here to give you a brief tutorial on working with Windows 8 and doing file management. If you've done it in previous versions, it's pretty much the same, but I'm showing this for those of you who are now using version 8.1. We have the tiles here. So if you want to get to the desktop, you could click on the desktop, or you could just press the Windows icon on your computer. When you're creating folders, I do suggest using a mouse. Using a touchpad is awkward. I want to go here. Now we have the start button here. Easy way to do this is to right click in here, and then you could click on File Explorer. It shows all the folders here. For the most part, when you're saving stuff, you're working with the Documents folder. We've got folders in here already. What I have here, I want to talk about organizing things on a flash drive. And if we go down here, we see it over here. So I go over here. I'm going to maximize the screen. As you can see, we've got a lot of files. We have photos, documents, and other things here. I want to do a few simple things here. When we're in this view here, it shows us the date it was modified, the type, the size. Okay, this is a great way of doing it here. And when you're doing this thing in here, you've got this ribbon at the top here. You can do a lot of things here. You can delete a file. Like if I don't want this one, let's say I don't want it, I just click on delete. Permanently delete. Say yes. You could just hit the delete key too. Now what I want to do here, I want to get things organized here. Now, what I want to do here, a couple of things here. I want to create a folder. You can click on Create New Folder here, and let's just say I want to call it Photos. Just type it on the keyboard. So you've got that there. And you can see that these are photos here with that JPG extension here. And if I highlight one, I could drag it into here. Now, let's say you want to do a bunch of them. I click on the first one, then I put my finger on the Shift key, click on the last one on the list. Everything is highlighted. So I just click and drag this into the Photos folder. I open up the folder. I've got the photos here. Next thing I want to do here. There's different ways of viewing these things here. And what you can do in here, if I could select all, I could do things here. Properties, if I say remove properties, I usually leave them there. Try to keep this simple for you. So I'm going to hit the back button. See that little left arrow there? Back to the folder here. You can also change how you view things in here. And if I want to do this here, I did a right click in here. I can customize a folder. Let's just leave that alone for now. This is more intermediate here. What I want to do now, I want to create other folders here. And let's say I'm doing this very arbitrarily, new folder, and I could call it correspondence. Now, I have a few miscellaneous files I want to bring in here. Let's say I want to bring the 1st, the 3rd, and the 8th, okay? What I could do here, I could click on one. Rather than using the Shift key, I use the Control key. Control. So I have those in there. And then what I would do here, I would just click on the blue here, drag it into one here. I'm going into the correspondence folder. So we've got that. I would say take it slow, take it easy. If you misfile something, like let's say I accidentally put this inside here, I put in the correspondence folder. I should have put that in the photo folder. Now, there's a couple of ways of doing this. If I go into here, I expand this group here, it shows the file folders there. So if I go into correspondence, I click on that, I hold the mouse, I just drag it right over on top of the photos folder. It gives you a little prompt when you're holding it there. So this is a really cool thing. Other thing too I want to show you. Let's say you're working with photos here, and what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to go into the My Documents folder. File Explorer. And if you're putting things from your camera here, it automatically goes into this folder. And then I have some stuff here. I'm going to just open up one of these folders here. I have the stuff here. What you can do in here, you can change how you view things. See how we have thumbnails here? This is a great way of looking at things here. So that way, if you have folders and you want to just delete this, and that, you would click on the word View. And then what it is here, you've got a preview pane. You've got other thing over here. List, Content, Details. The other folder that we were in before was Details. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go back into this other folder here. I want to go up a level. I'm going into the Photos folder. Let's say I want the thumbnails. I click on View. And then I could say Small Icons, Tiles. I like the large icons. It's really good. And you click on one, it gives you a nice view of what the files look like. And then if you're doing stuff like you're looking for correspondence here or something done at a certain time, you've got the date modified. And what you can do, if you click on date modified, it puts it in a hierarchy where it sorts most recent at the top, the oldest at the bottom. You click on it again, it has the oldest at the top here. You go into name, does that there. I'm going to do one last thing. I'm going to hit the back button here. I've got a lot of files in here, okay? And you can also sort out by type. If I click this drop down arrow here, it shows all the different types of files that I have. So let's say I want to get all those photos. I go into the JPEG here. I click down here. It's just showing the photos. And if I want to put all of those into another folder, the photo folder, I could click on that. The top one, Shift, bottom one. I'm going to cut. Right click, cut. What I want to do now, I want to find the folder that it's going into. I'm just going to say File folder, check that off, open this up, right click, left click on Paste. And they will all be in there. If you're doing a lot of photos here, I would suggest subfolders in here. Like let's say you took a trip to Ireland, a trip to Washington. You could just go into here and then you would click on the Home tab, New Folder, and I could just type in DC, and then I could type in New Folder, Ireland, and let's say I had these DC things here. I could just highlight these files here, drag them into here. If I want to do this and have better view of this, I click on the View tab again, and then I could just say Large Icons, and that way I can see what they are, and then I could pull them into the correct folder. So if this was, I was on a whale watch here, I can also create a folder by doing a right click. I would right click inside there and say New Folder, and I'll just type in Whale Watch. And when you have this thing here, you can just drag them in individually if you want. Now, we have another problem here. I spelled watch wrong. I want to fix it. Easy. Right click inside it, and then left click on Rename, and then you could just like typing in Word. So that's a story with creating files and folders. I shouldn't say creating files, but creating folders and managing them on your Windows 8. If you want to get back to the tiled screen, hit the Windows screen on your keyboard, or hit this thing here. It has everything done. The Windows screen brings us back there, the little icon.